Yeah, we heard.
Totally.
Smelly. Yummy. Okay. All right. I'm so excited. When I was like, okay, this woman has literally come and did a photo shoot with me. But then now you came back and you did the mindset work
Yeah.
leading up to the photo shoot. And I mean, you bought product both times, so it was a success. You know, you got value from having the experience. And I was like, okay, I know Elizabeth isn't super like, hey, look at me. Let's like do the things. But maybe she would be willing to do the podcast now that like you've gone through some transitions.
Yeah.
So I was really excited when you were like, I don't remember what your response was, but it was along the lines of, I would have never even considered going on a podcast or sharing, like, but it's you.
Yeah.
But it's you, Beck, and I'll do it.
Right.
I was like, hell yeah.
And that's what it was. If it's and from the last time, which has been 7, 8 years ago to this time, a lot has changed.
Is that how long ago it was?
That first one, yeah.
I was literally thinking like, oh, maybe 5, 6 years ago. Like, what was that?
No, I thought we found the date and it was like 7.
Was
because
it?
it popped up on
Probably my
like,
Snapchat.
on something. So yeah, and then
Oh my gosh.
yeah, if it was any other, if it was a photographer I hadn't had history with and didn't know, I would probably be like, probably
Yeah.
not. Then again, like the whole experience would be different too. So
Right. It would, yeah. I
this
mean, it would be
experience in
very,
itself is definitely eye-opening. You know, it's way more work than you think.
I want to know about that. I want to know about way more. Okay, so I did like get myself things. So I'm like, I know that you and I could probably just sit here and talk all freaking day. And about like growth and like empowerment and just like how we've changed and grown and, evolved into, having confidence, resilience, and what was the other one? Positivity, being positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like looking at things in a new way. But so I wanted to like try and keep it in a scope that we can discuss around the fact that you have came and had this experience 2 different times at different parts of your life, my life as well. I've grown
Right.
so much in my business, and my confidence level in what I do with women is so much more than just let me take your sexy pictures. And you coming back to say, I want to do that muse call again, and oh, you want to do some mindset work. That sounds awesome. So
Totally.
tell me, you were already kind of naturally just saying a little bit about the fact that, it was so long ago that you did your first one. And what was the question? Take us back to like that first session, because that was different experience than what you've just completed now.
Very.
Because so where do you see the differences in the first one?
The first one,
Yeah.
I had no experience
Yeah.
doing any photography. And that one was a lot more work.
Yeah.
That one was a lot more challenging.
Work how? Tell me about that. Like the preparing for it, or like the
No.
actual day of like trying to understand how to me coaching you through
That,
and
like,
okay.
focusing on what you wanted me to do. I had such a problem, and I remember
Yeah.
you telling me so many times, no, look here, no, quit moving, no, quit moving. And if you remember correctly, after we got done, I took a nap.
Oh my gosh.
Because
That's
I
so
was
true.
so exhausted until you were done editing my photos.
I forgot about that. That's true. You were like, can I just instead of like going out for lunch, you're like,
can I just stay here?
Can I just nap? I'm like, of course you can. I'll just work.
Yeah.
We coexisted. You just napped.
I just napped. And that's what I did. I napped because I was tired. Because it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you gotta look up here. No, look down there. No, look.
Yeah.
No, move your eyes that way. No, that way.
And that's a big part of, so so for you listening that are like, what are you talking about? So the way that Elizabeth got into doing the first session was what I called a model call at the time, where I was really a newer photographer wanting to get crystal clear about how I was doing this with women, the way that I wanted to help them feel and like bring that all out, which is why you're hear her saying like me going, no, not that, this, no, not that way, this way. Okay, yes, do it this way. Because I was really exploring, which is why, you know, it was, well, it's a savings for the women that are coming to that because of that. Because I'm like, okay, I have this idea, or maybe it's I had specific outfits. Sometimes it's a theme that I'm looking for, or like a certain type of woman that I want to highlight on my website, and it's an opportunity for them to save on, coming to having an experience, have a reason to come and have this experience, and then I have the opportunity to share the experience with you as a viewer to say, this is what it looks like from like start to finish. This is a testimony from someone that has been, going through the process and really giving me their feedback. So this is another product of that has evolved. So I love that you're like, Becky put me through work because I mean, yeah, you're queen for the day, but also the queen works a lot.
Right.
It's mental energy
It was.
so when people think models, get paid to just look pretty, nah, like it is about posture. It is about how we hold ourselves. And when you're doing that very intentionally, it does take a lot of mental energy
It
and
is.
strength to do that.
Right.
So that's huge.
Huge.
I forgot about the nap though.
Yeah, I did not. I remember that nap. It was a great nap. It was a great nap.
She earned it.
I did. I did.
Okay, so what do you remember? Tell us a little bit about like even that first time, right? So the model call came out, and do you remember what was the first model call? Because this one now that we're in the present talking about was a tattoo model call. Was it like looking for a plus size woman, or what was that? Was it
No,
tattoo?
no,
It was nothing.
it was
What?
nothing. It wasn't a monocall.
Oh, I'm wrong.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, she didn't correct me soon enough. I just talked about everything that wasn't true.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
okay.
are you seriously?
Yeah.
You just came in and we're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that it was a model call for sure.
No. We
Okay.
went to
This
some
one is,
I,
but
I went with Des and we
yeah.
went to something here in town
Yeah.
and I think it was
Oh
something
my
you were
gosh.
throwing and I
Oh, and you
signed up
signed
there.
up.
Yeah.
That was my first, was that at a bar?
Yeah.
And I had like a DJ and we danced and there was like food and yeah. Okay.
Possibly.
This is my first, oh my gosh, I forgot about this too. It was at Lapnow's bar downtown, and I had rented out this space and I was like, I'm gonna invite friends and clients and like hang out and do this girls empowerment night. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I totally forgot that. And I did. I think I had a special for anyone that signed up that night. And you were like the one person that was like, I'm in, let's do this thing.
And I was in.
Okay, well then tell me what inspired you to say yes to that.
Um,
Take us back to
that's
that.
a long time to remember back.
I know.
I
Clearly, I'm not remembering. Clearly.
I just thought, why not? Like I've never
Yeah.
done anything like it. I thought it would be cool. Um,
Hmm.
and it's you. So it's like I'm not totally getting too naked in front of somebody that I don't know. So,
Yeah. How do you know me?
um,
For everyone that's listening, and we just jumped right in the conversation.
yeah,
So Elizabeth and I, yeah, we have history,
we
but
have
like
history.
how do we know each
We go
other?
back. Um, my cousin and Becky used to get in a lot of trouble growing up. Were you guys neighbors?
Yeah.
And they went to high school together.
Mm-hmm.
So they I know Becky from my cousin. Um, so
You were the quiet cousin that would show up and be like, "What are you up to? Like, what are you ladies doing?"
yeah, yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, so we've
So
known each other for
a hot minute.
a while. We're young, so it's been a while, but
Yeah.
that's true. Okay, so
So yeah.
it was kind of fast tracked because you already knew like you were safe with me, you could
Yeah.
trust me.
Yeah.
I
It's not
wasn't gonna be
some
a weirdo.
right.
You know,
It's
it was gonna be a good fun time, and you were willing to try something new and
right.
step out of your comfort zone.
Right. Yeah. You're not some blow Joe off the street or not even that. Like
Yeah.
you're not some photographer, not that any other photographer is bad, but you're a photographer that I would be comfortable with. And you're just starting a business. So it's like, well, support businesses, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's see what it's about. And
So do you remember like feel like how did you feel leading up to the first one? Because we didn't have a lot of interaction that first time, right? It was we did like a wardrobe consultation,
we did
but
that.
you know, all of those things. And I went with you and got your hair and makeup done for that
Yep.
first one.
Yep.
Um, what else? We so we didn't have a lot of interaction like
No, not at all.
before that.
No.
So how did you feel leading up to the photo shoot? Like were you
I
really
mean, I was
nervous
excited
or
more than
okay?
anything.
Yeah.
As you probably know, I think I brought
You brought a whole like chest of like
I did.
fun ideas,
I
all the
am
ideas.
prepared with stuff. So I think I did the
Yeah.
same thing as I did this last time though. Like I had a bag or something full of just clothes
Yeah.
because I have a boatload of lingerie at home.
Because you were
So
like, why not?
right. And
Let's
I think
play.
we ended up using a mix and match of mine and yours when
Yeah.
it came to that. But we lined everything up. We did the consult like before and I came here and we went through everything.
Okay, so like a different day?
Yeah, like a
Okay,
different
perfect.
day because we hung everything on that
Yes.
um
In the window
in the
and
window and you took a picture
so
of
that we
it.
remembered, yeah, for
Right,
later to like, okay, these
right.
are the outfits. This is
Yep.
what our game plan is for. And I know we talked, yes, okay, great. So that's good because that's what I remember, you know, I wanted to do in the past with my clients, but sometimes it didn't always work out that way. You
Yeah,
know, some people weren't willing to make extra trips.
right.
So this is actually good because this really highlights how um, you know, hopefully it helps people at ease when they're like, I don't know what to expect. Well, this is the opportunity that I give people to
Right.
have that time to get prepared. And you are someone that likes to be prepared. We've
I
already
am.
talked.
I'm a prepared person, yes.
So
Yeah.
we had that ahead of time for you
Yeah.
to, you know, think about outfits, look at what I have in the lingerie closet in the studio,
Yeah.
make a plan about like what kind of makeup and vibe you wanted for
Yeah.
your shoot
Yeah.
and go
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah. And you had that appointment set, whereas this last time I found my own.
Yes.
I will say I liked my makeup better in the first one than I did the second one. Not
Yeah.
that the second one was bad at all. It was just a different feel.
Mm-hmm.
They were still great, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
So
Was it a different place or did I send
different
you?
place. Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah.
couldn't get in at the other place. Otherwise I looked to try. Because
Okay.
they're still open.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
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 And yeah,
I think it was
they are who I
prom
recommend. Yeah, and
when I was coming this last time.
yes, so
So
it was not available.
prom books everything. So I get it.
Yeah. Okay,
But
so um you know, thinking about from that first one, you know, what kind of view of yourself did you have before having your photos taken in general? You know, would you say what would you say about how you viewed yourself and your confidence level before having your first photo shoot?
my confidence wasn't super high, but it wasn't super low. So it was like a
Yeah.
mediocre thing.
Mediocre.
Right, mediocre. It it's been through the ringer for sure. Um, I mean, I'm a plus size girl. I got all the rolls. I got all the,
Mm-hmm.
fat bat wings and stuff going on. Uh, so
So there was some doubt.
there was some like, okay, we're doing these and we're gonna tuck things in and hide things so it doesn't look like a whale. Um,
Or not, right?
or not.
You rocked it.
Right. And yeah, it came out amazing. Amazing. Um, like I was
Yeah,
showing,
you bought my biggest package.
yeah, I did.
That first one you were like, all of them.
Right. I went big on that one. I was like,
Yeah.
we did this, so go big or go home. And I went big. Um, So I totally invested in myself. It's like,
Mm,
um, and I think that was honestly when I was even at like one of the largest sizes I've been at.
yeah.
Um, since then, like I've lost weight, I've went down. There's no reason not to do it. Like
Yeah.
my confidence has still went up after that, and it's still going up. Weight's just a thing. Like it's just who you are. You can't help it.
We just fluctuate. I mean,
Right.
so many different times in our lives when we're stressed about different things or we have different things move in our life. I mean, we've gone through COVID and all the things now,
Right.
since in between these two photo shoots,
Yeah.
it's been years. And I tell people all the time, like, this is the youngest you're going to be. Like, right now is the youngest you're going to be. So
Right.
if you have an inkling to do something,
Right.
anything that you can, like, say yes to, like, do it.
Right. Exactly. Say yes to yourself. Like,
Yeah.
why not?
And I love that highlight the fact that the confidence fluctuates. And that's so true. Like, it's a muscle. I
Yeah,
talk about it being a muscle a lot because it's
it
something
is.
that we strengthen
Yep.
and things can weaken us.
100%.
We can get knocked down in our confidence, but and something that I've now evolved in knowing as for myself, but also helping women with their confidence, it is more of the work that I'm really doing is more of your self-worth.
Yeah,
So when you say like I invested in myself, I was like, yeah, I'm invested in myself. And that strengthens your self-worth
it
to
does.
know that you are worth taking the day, taking 2 days, right? And we're talking about that you came 2 different days that time and investing that time to see yourself differently and start to think differently about yourself, even at, like you said, the biggest weight, that you've been at, or any of those things, any challenges that we might be having. It's like give yourself the gift of seeing yourself differently and give yourself a
Yeah.
different perspective to look at, because nobody feels confident and amazing every single day.
No, no, you don't. And even in the card that I wrote myself last year to today, it said it said something about like this is worth it. You are worth it. Like,
Mm.
um, could have been more like I was just like, look at that.
Yeah, what did you say? This is the best thing I've wrote to myself. Like the
Yeah,
biggest compliment
it was
I've
like
given myself.
it was like I couldn't have worded that better myself right now. Like,
Yeah, but you did.
I know.
Your best self did.
Like,
And that's what I say, to my clients when they're writing this card. So that's one of the ways that I know that it's an experience. This isn't just a photo shoot. It's about an experience, and it is about doing work from the inside out, right? These photos
yes.
are to example outside, but really we're working from the inside out. So writing yourself a thank you card to just say like, thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself and put the energy into knowing that this is capturing a milestone in your life, whether it's, for a specific thing
Right.
or it's because you're worth it.
Yeah.
It's documenting a time in your life. Um, Regardless if it's something specific to celebrate, you are worth celebrating now in your life.
Right. 100%.
And you ended up getting, now I know you told me it's not hung up yet, but you've been waiting to like design your wall. And now
Yeah.
you have another print from the second photo shoot of yourself that'll go up.
Yeah.
Um, would you just talk a little bit about picking the photo that goes on your wall, right? Like the big print. So Elizabeth has gotten a mix of my packages have an album and then a metal wall print to go with. So it's like, how did you tell them a little bit, tell me too, like your process? Because I always chuckle when I hear which one you want. I was like, that is so Elizabeth.
Right.
So yeah, the
Um,
one you picked to like be blown up.
so the first one I picked,
I wish we had it to show, but
I
maybe we can like insert a photo.
right. I Becky captured a good picture of me being my natural sassy self, and I
Mhm.
was making a face. and it wasn't, it was just a really sassy face.
Yeah.
And I picked that picture to blow up because that is me being myself. Um,
Mhm.
Even dressed all sexy in lingerie and again at my biggest weight, it was still the funniest picture. I like that's me. And it's going in my bedroom. Like it's not
Yeah.
going, in my living room. Um, so I picked that one and to say that, of course, I was being sassy again because that's just me
That
being
is
my
you.
natural self. I picked another one to go with it because, and it's not the same face at all. It's a
No,
totally different
it's an
expression.
evolved version of Elizabeth's face.
Right. It's a definitely a different sassy
Uh,
expression because I am just really good at that. Um, and Becky was really great at capturing both of those in the moment. So
I love it. It's a great dynamic of like seeing my clients throughout the years, just like how they pick their photos. Like some people really want like their sexiest picture or like the most powerful pose, or there's just a different a view for everyone. So that's what I love about what I do, is that it's different for everyone.
yeah,
That
right,
aspect of how you see yourself. Um, Sometimes people love the laughing pictures when we're having fun and
right,
we're just in the moment, and I continue to snap away and take the pictures of you laughing. And then some people are really like, oh, I love the sultry look and like the no smile, like the smizing kind of thing. So I love that yours is very you,
yeah.
in the
It
fact
is.
that
It
it's
is.
just like being quirky.
Yeah, quirky. There you go. That is
Yeah.
the correct word. It's me. Yeah, being quirky and just like it's unique, very uniquely me
Yeah.
in my own. Yeah, like it's a face that very few people see. So, the fact that you captured it and it it speaks volumes. So,
Yeah. We got to capture those moments, right? Because in
right,
the day to day, right? How challenging is it in the day to day to feel like you were actually seen in your day? Like
right,
to be seen is what my work is all about. It's always been about how can I help people? How can I help women really be seen, but also see themselves as, more than just, oh, I was happy today, or oh, I was sad today, or oh, I feel sexy today, or oh, I feel like crap today.
right,
It's so much, it's such a, life is so dynamic every single moment that it's like I always love the reminders of I am powerful. I mean, I use affirmations, this a lot, and to affirm to yourself, that you're a multifaceted person. You don't have to be any one thing in your day to day. So quirky, we need more of that.
right. Well, most of the time somebody asks you how you are, and it's, oh, I'm
Hmm.
good. But
I'm good. I'm
like,
fine. It's
right,
fine. We're fine.
right. Like there's just, and there's so much more in there. Like
Yeah.
there's so much more in there. And yeah, again, that you can capture that and express that in a different way. And again, you have photos to show that you feel different. It should be notarized and captured.
Oh, I like that. Notarize
Yeah,
that.
notarize that.
I sign off on that. I co-sign.
Right. Definitely.
Okay, so what impact did that experience have on your confidence and self-worth, like the first time?
Um, I took that book and I showed everybody I could. Um, okay, maybe not everybody, but I showed a lot of people those photos.
Like the actual physical book?
Oh yeah, I took the book.
Because you had the app,
I did. I had the app.
but you were like, no, I had my book. You had your book with you,
I
and
took the
just like,
book with me.
I love it.
Like I
I don't know
showed,
that I've heard a client say that. Like,
I showed my boss. I took it to work. Showed my
this
boss.
is a disclaimer. I don't approve. No,
Um,
I'm just kidding.
I showed my coworkers at work.
Wow.
Yeah. I showed
Proud.
um several of my cousins.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
a little weird when some of their husbands wanted to look at that, but the only thing that they were gonna see was my ass. But
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
because well, I mean, yeah, I typically I do illusion of nude. So in the photos,
right.
it's like the bits are really covered. It's just
Yeah.
the illusion
Yep.
that you understand
Everything.
you're in lingerie.
Yeah. I mean, Yeah,
But
everything was covered.
the fact that
But
you
yeah.
were open to
Oh yeah.
talking about the experience and sharing it with whoever would listen.
Oh, I did. I'm like, here, see? So yeah, everybody's seen that. I mean,
Did
very few people did not.
did you feel like even that like the sharing it with people, because so many of my clients, which I totally respect, so many of my clients never show anybody.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Oh
sometimes
wow.
that's the case. It's they've signed we've signed the contract that they're totally private. People don't even know they come in here and they do that. And so to hear that you're like taking the book places, it's so wow. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, I took that to
that's
work.
exciting. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what to say about that, Elizabeth, but I mean,
Yeah.
you're still got your job, so
Oh yeah, yeah. I still work at the same place.
so
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
But just the fact that you felt confident enough to even do that.
I had a really close group of coworkers.
Sure. I mean,
So
yeah, obviously,
yeah,
to trust that you could do that, I
yeah,
mean, is a whole thing. But the level of being so, proud and like, hey,
yeah.
when you say that was the biggest I've been, it's something I've never had experience with it. It was a lot of work
It was.
and a big investment in yourself,
It was. Yep.
So it's like the I don't know what else to say other than like the pride. I don't know what would you call it?
I want to almost say boastful, but boastful sounds like pride too. Because again, I'm super proud. Like I was just like, look, I'm hot.
Yes.
um, it's definitely not a side of me that people see because
Yeah.
I don't. I dress, you know, fairly modest. Jeans and a shirt.
Yeah.
I don't dress up a whole lot. Or
Yeah.
too often. But
Average, it's
yeah,
not like it's not like anything, totally out of the
no,
stretch of the imagination, to
right.
but okay, so was everyone that you were, sharing, were they surprised that you did the experience? Or did people know before you came? Like, were you open about the fact that you were coming to do the photo shoot? Or was it like after it was done and you knew it went really well and you loved your photos? Like, were you out about it then? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's a good question. I don't remember if
Yeah.
I told them I was going to do it or not.
Yeah. I mean, well, you took off work probably. So somebody probably knew, but to
Maybe.
that level, that's
Yeah.
something that would be interesting to figure out or to think about more. But okay, so and here's another thing is that you didn't have all your tattoos.
No.
Did you probably had like one or two or something. It was very
I
early
had
on.
one. It wasn't
Okay.
even a full piece when I
Yeah.
had it. It was not even finished.
Yeah. Okay. And then so then
So,
we'll move into how we got here today, which is that I did put out a model call, which I
you,
call a muse call because
yeah.
it's about looking for inspiration in real women to have this experience and in my evolution, wanting to really dive into the empowerment piece of what we're doing with, intimate photos. It's like, okay, this is breakthrough empowerment. So, pairing mindset is where I was like, okay, this is so much more than just like be a model. No, it's about being a muse for the work and for you to be drawn out to again do that work from the inside out and have this experience to see yourself at another level. So, okay, what made you decide to apply? Because it was specifically a tattoo call out to say like I'm
Yeah.
looking for some women with tattoos because I know that they want to show off the investment they've already made in because I have tattoos. I have 14 tattoos. So I'm like, I want some tattooed babes to like get in here and like show some skin and some artwork. And so what really, called for you to want a second experience coming in?
Well, I had the one,
Yeah.
not all the way finished. And since then, I
Got a couple more.
I got a couple more. I got that one finished and then some. Um, and I love my artwork and I love my artist. And to show off the art that she does and that I have is just like
Hmm.
gold. It's just like, let's show it because it's the best ever. Okay, maybe not. It is
Hey,
great work. Okay. I still have
if you're
people,
putting on your body, you can say it's the
it
best.
is. I have people that come up and ask, even the first one that she did is like, is that
Oh,
you know,
you can give her a shout out.
yeah, Missy Hotch, Gold Heart out of lacrosse on Lansdowne.
Ooh,
Yeah, she's
all
superb.
right.
Um,
So people recognize her work. Is that what you're saying?
I hope, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, you can tell with the shading and the color because I have like my phoenix feather on my forearm and my chest tattoo. Like I can tell the coloring is, by the same artist,
yeah,
you know.
oh yeah. She's done everything except for one piece on my forearm, which
Yeah.
was done somewhere else. Otherwise, she's done all of my work, and I'm pretty much covered head to toe now. There's a few spots in the
Yeah.
torso that's not yet, but otherwise,
I like it. Did you catch her wording? Not yet.
not yet. Yeah, I know. I wanted her to work on this
Human
forearm.
canvas.
Right. I wanted her to work on this forearm and do some extra stuff in there. And she's like, "Well, what are you gonna do on the top of that?" And I said, "Nothing." And she's like, "Are you sure?"
We'll get there.
Right. Yeah. So she knows me really well, and
Mhm.
she has an idea of like what I want and what I'm doing. And um the last couple times I went in, it's just been like, "This is your show. Do what you're gonna do." You
Mm.
so she just tattoos and then we're good.
So that was really the drive, right? Is like,
But yeah, the
okay,
tattoos was the drive. It was like, okay, we
let's
want to
show
show
it
off the
off.
like let's show them off because they are
I mean, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of
amazing.
investment in
Those,
in your
yeah,
body.
yeah,
Like Elizabeth, that is like even thinking about that, which makes me really want to do another model cloud about tattoos specifically because the power of finding people that are putting ink on their body forever.
yeah,
It's like to me, I look like at that as like a act of self-love,
right,
and especially when some of them really have deep meanings,
yeah,
you know. And that's what drove me to want to put that out there to say, all right, I'm looking for women that want to show off their tattoos. I want to do this muse call and get inspired by what I see and capture that. So how was this second photo shoot like different, maybe mentally, emotionally, and physically for you?
there wasn't as much work. I was prepared.
You were more relaxed,
I
I
was
would
way more
say,
relaxed than this.
because you knew I was just gonna walk you through it all.
Right. I didn't have to take a nap in between, which
Yeah.
was like super. Um, yeah.
You had more stamina.
I did. I don't know what I had, but it definitely wasn't as draining
Yeah.
mentally
Yeah.
as the first one.
Yeah.
It seemed like it went a lot faster, and
Hmm.
I don't know why. I don't know if that was just not remembering the first one versus the second one. Um,
Well, we spent more time together, like before the photo shoot, right? Because I went with you the first time
yeah,
to get your hair and makeup done. Like I was
yeah,
at the salon with you for those 2 hours. And the second time you went and did that on your own,
yeah,
right? Because there wasn't an initial investment up front to do the muse call. It was like I
yeah,
did all of the photos and everything, and then it was a decision if you wanted photos from there,
yeah,
then it was investing. So anything before that, you had an option to go and get your hair and makeup done, or I did some that they were like raw photo shoots.
yeah,
They didn't even do their hair and makeup. So you went and did that. So that could feel different too, right?
yeah,
Because we
yep,
weren't together
right,
for that.
yep. That was definitely a different experience because
Did you like it better when I was with you?
um I would say yes. Um because then you could help tell them what I needed done versus
Mm,
me because
yeah.
I'm not a makeup person.
Yeah.
So that was all
Yeah. I
me.
only am for my clients.
Right. So I have no idea what I'm telling this person to do other that I'm going to a Boudoir photo shoot and
Yeah.
I need makeup for that.
Okay.
So that's all I could tell them. So
Yeah.
yeah, and that's, I mean,
So what about like different emotionally or physically?
um, emotionally, I was still excited because again, I might have been more excited because again, the ink and showing that off, like again, I was super excited. I reached out to my tattoo artist and told her like when it was
Yeah.
happening, and I was like super excited. We had met several times online
Yes.
and had those workup sessions. Um, and those were different. Like we didn't do those the first time. So doing those um prepared me in a way it's hard to explain because they were like confidence boosting and like um getting in my head and being more grateful to myself
Mm.
um and things around me more than I usually am probably. So that was nice to kind of like remember to think outside the box and remember to, you know, things are better than what I always or sometimes am perceiving them as. So that was something that was more in my head leading up to this, which was good. So there was more confidence leading up to this than I probably had the first time. Not to mention, even overall, my confidence was already boosted from the last time because, like, I already knew like the pictures were going to be good because I mean, Becky puts out a good product. Um,
Thank you.
yeah. So, and
Well,
again, I was excited because you know, found and brought some of my own lingerie.
yeah.
Um, so yeah,
And so one of the things too is like you I mean, so yeah, you prepared yourself more. You already knew what to expect. It was already kind of this understanding like, oh, here we go again. But the mindset sessions, those were new for me as well as an experiment to really know like it's been years that I've been wanting to like I've known that what I'm doing is more than just sexy pictures. But like being able to show that and articulate that and really help the women that I'm working with to get to that next level versus like, oh, I have these photos so that I can give them to someone or show someone else. And like, I am first and foremost about you knowing that it's for you first and that anyone that gets to see them is a bonus. Like, yay for them. But um this really is like this one that we're talking about, the second one, the muse call, that was really about getting those mindset sessions, as an experiment for me and you to see like the difference. And because you have came and did the other one, that's why I was like excited to be able to pick your brain about like really how that was for you, to know like I'm on the right path for this business, to say it's a deeper understanding of self-worth than it even is about the confidence boost. The confidence boost is amazing because you see yourself in the photo, but the mindset work, that is really what's going out into the world.
yeah,
And you're taking that with you to work. You're taking that with you, in your relationships,
yeah,
and first and foremost the relationship with yourself, so like seeing yourself. And you had physically, you had mentioned that you've had the weight fluctuation, right? Like you, it was like you had lost or released. I like to say released because what happens when we lose something, we find it again. So we release that ish,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
The unneeded belly fat or whatever it is, right? So
yeah,
you released some weight too,
yeah,
and then for the second one came back. So like physically,
yeah,
that was different.
yeah, yeah.
So did you feel like anything more about that? Like, I don't know, like posing and like confidence with that. Like, did it feel the same? Because I feel like a lot of the times, not feel, I know one of the things that women say is, let me lose 20 pounds.
Right.
And I'm like, you're worthy of it now.
Right.
And
Exactly.
like use
Yeah.
this as a jumping point to just document your growth journey right now, or like the evolution of who you're becoming.
Right.
So, right, like what would you say to someone that's like, let me wait for 20 pounds?
It ain't worth it.
Mm.
Like, do it. It's just like, I'm gonna wait to have kids. It's never, I mean, now is the time. Like, waiting, like, you have to do it for you now. Like, there's just not, I don't know how to explain it. Um, you shouldn't put yourself second. Like,
Mm.
just because you're heavy, just because, things don't look right, just because, you're not where you want to be in life, you shouldn't put yourself off. Like, you're worthy. You're worth it. Like, everything is worth it. Like, you especially, because again, I was at my heaviest and I still look like a rock star, and I still think um it was worth it the first time and the second time. Um
Every time. I love that you're saying it, like every time
right.
you say yes to yourself, that's worth it.
Yeah,
And if it didn't turn out the way you exactly thought it would, you're still learning something about
exactly.
yourself.
Exactly.
You're still
Yeah.
experiencing putting yourself to the challenge of saying yes to yourself and practicing that,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there's no good time to do anything.
Hmm.
I mean, it's either going to be you put yourself off for this or you put yourself off for that, but why wait? I mean, life is now. If you wait, it's it's just hurting yourself.
Yeah.
So,
Prolonging that growth, and
right.
that evolution to see yourself differently and get a different perspective. That's I like that you're like, it's not worth it to wait, and I say,
It's not.
what's you're the youngest you're going to be right now. So so many other times I hear women say, "Oh, I wish I would have done that when I was in my 20s or 30s. I wish I
Yeah.
would have done that before I was a mom, before I did this, before this
Right.
happened." And then you're
Exactly.
talking about regret,
Yeah.
and that's
Exactly.
nasty. Like nobody
Right.
wants that.
Right.
And you can make more money. Like people are like, "Oh, the money
Exactly.
investing, oh, the time off of work, like all those things."
Right. Those are just things.
They're trivia compared to what you
Exactly.
feel about
Exactly.
yourself.
Exactly. You can make more money. You can take more time off of work. Like you can do all that later. Like, you have to live for yourself now.
Mm, I like that. Live for yourself now.
Right. You have to invest in yourself. You have to, you know, if you don't feel like you're worth it and you're worthy of an experience or living your life, then what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, I would challenge someone to even say, and I do, I do a lot of times, just be like, when you feel that way, that's even more energy for me to say, I'm gonna prove myself wrong. I'm gonna say yes to something and check it out and to be open. So that, I mean, that is really to say like someone being growth minded,
yeah.
because so many women are not, willing to take a day for themselves,
Right.
to say they could go get their hair and makeup done,
Yeah.
to know that they can even have that, let alone a physical product to showcase who you are. Like you said, like kind of braggadocious and like, who am I to like have
Right.
these photos of myself? And like, these are real conversations that I have with women about
Yep.
having an experience for
Yep.
themselves
Yep.
that we need to champion more,
Yeah.
which is exactly what the podcast is. That's one of the huge things about what the podcasting for me is like, helping you actually share your story. So, right, like the mindset sessions and the work that we did before the photo shoot, that's just for you to like dive in to really figure out like, what am I actually feeling about myself? What do I actually want to come forward? So, do you think that or feel like there was a breakthrough moment? Um, that you felt the shift in like a deeper self-worth or confidence um in either one of the photo shoots? Do you feel like there was like a breakthrough moment at all? Whether it's in the sessions before or during the actual photo shoot, I guess, any of it. The reveals, any of it.
Um,
Or today, seeing your product, you know.
um, I think standing in front of that window,
Oh my God, I knew you were gonna say that.
showing off to your neighbors was pretty fun. Um, that's where it was just like I got really sassy. So that probably was my biggest like, okay, let's flaunt it. Um, then again, like nobody was there, so that helped. But
Yeah.
yeah,
The idea of, okay, I'm standing in front of this window where potentially, I mean, there's cars driving by,
yeah,
there's people that could potentially see
yeah,
um what something that's happening, but you chose to, one, we laughed about it and we
oh
made
yeah,
jokes about it and made it light and fun, and because that's what we do. And then you really stepping into just being yourself. Like that
yeah,
was where the photo that you chose for your wall print,
yep,
that's where that happened.
yep,
So it makes sense. I mean, that's exactly, I was gonna say something with the woman, but I was like, nope, I'm not gonna bait her with it. I'm just gonna let her say, I was just gonna say, because I was really curious what you would
yeah,
say. Um, but that makes sense, right? That because you picked that to go on your wall,
yeah,
and it was those moments where you were really just having fun,
yeah,
being you,
yeah.
letting your guard, like, I don't think you had a guard with me at all because we
No,
have history and all that, but like so many times I can see those shifts in my clients. um like in the beginning everybody's nervous, everybody's a little bit like, oh, what are we gonna do, how's it gonna go, but right when I said, oh, were you nervous, and you're like, I was excited. I talk a lot about how chemically that actually is the same thing in your body.
yeah,
When you're nervous and when you're excited, it's doing the same thing, but your mind is what you're letting tell you, I'm excited. You could easily say, I'm really nervous. I don't know what she's going to have me do. I don't know how they're going to turn out. I
yeah,
feel like I'm bloated today, like whatever it is, or my hair and makeup looks like shit, like whatever it might be. You're actually telling yourself the story
right,
of how you're feeling,
yep.
but it's doing the same thing. Isn't that mind blowing?
It is
Like the
super mind
power of your
blowing.
mind.
Oh yeah, your mind does a lot. I mean, and it can really mess with you, which is
If you're
horrible.
not careful, if you're not
Yes.
if you're not paying attention,
Yep.
if you are um you know letting those thoughts run too long, it gets scary,
Yeah.
and it's challenging. And even on my days, like I have photos of myself,
Yeah.
that remind me too. Like it is a powerful reminder that even on our shitty days,
Oh yeah.
we're still this worthy woman.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel seeing yourself in your albums? Do you still look at your first album?
I do. I still look at that.
So, how do you feel looking at your album or your wall prints and today? I mean, you now have your second album and wall prints to take home. How do you feel looking at it? I mean, I recorded you
I
looking
know,
at them, like,
right?
but share a
Um,
little bit on the podcast. Like, how do you feel looking at yourself, knowing that you invested in yourself and took the time to do that?
I'm amazed that I like that's me, first of all. Like it's almost surreal, like it's the same person. Um, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, that's me. And I look good. Um, and I can do, I, I can look good. And I have the confidence to look good. Um, I might not do it every day, but when I want to, I can. Um, yeah, I just the second one I like. And it's interesting to compare them Like you
Yeah.
can, like I can tell when I look at them, like there's a difference.
Mm.
And even just like I'm smaller now than I was in the first ones, and I can see that. Um, but I still look good in both of them. So
Yeah. Do you feel like there's like you can it sounds like you are, can get to that point of in that place of appreciation
yeah,
for that journey in
yeah,
between them.
yeah.
How do you feel that that has been like from the first one into the second one, like what talk about that like journey for you a little bit. How does that feel? Like not just confidence, but in general, like did that confidence help you with anything specifically in that transitional time or like what do you feel about that?
I think the confidence, like when I showed up the first day, like I still had, like I was still showing up in like a spaghetti strap tank top and shorts. So like I was still pretty confident with my body and like if you don't like it, don't look. Um, but it's gotten a lot like I'm still to the point where like I'm gonna wear the same things, like but now I'm a lot smaller, so I'm okay, I'm not a lot smaller, but I'm smaller than I was then. Um, but the journey to get like to lose that weight and just it was like, okay, like I can do this. Like this, like all these people coming up and saying like you look good, like you lost weight, like it like that was a confidence builder more than anything. Um, it was really weird how you look at yourself and you're like that used to be me and now this is me and you still feel one way but you're like yeah
You were worthy at both.
right, you're the same person, like nothing has changed, it's just the skin you're in,
Mm,
right, like I'm still me.
yeah. I'm someone that I believe like I'm not the same person I was even yesterday.
Oh yeah,
So like in that respect, I'm like, you are a totally different person. Like you've had experiences, you've had heartaches, you've had challenges, you've had, breakdowns, you've picked yourself back up, like you've built that resilience. You've
100%.
built strength, you've built more confidence, but also you've had weak points
Yeah,
and like things that have tested you and mentally, I'm sure, to say like, am I still worthy? Am I still good enough? Or whatever that story is that you play, right? Because we all have a
right,
story.
yeah,
But like I'm someone that fully believes like I'm not the same person I was even yesterday.
yeah,
And I love what you're saying is like you're still worthy every day.
yeah,
Like it doesn't matter, if you got a raise or you're married and have kids at a certain point in your life or you're doing the business of your dreams or whatever
right,
it is, you're still worthy
yeah,
at whatever weight you are, at whatever point in your life you are. And the importance of and I say this too, and I'm curious about it a lot because I see pictures of myself, not specifically empowerment photos, but like in I see memories of myself pop up where
oh
I was the healthiest
yeah,
I was. And I even, right? Like I'm not, you know, uh privy to the fact that like I have negative self-thoughts and doubts about who I am when I'm bigger than I was in those photos, or, I'm not making healthy choices for myself. Like I'm having those thoughts like real time when I see a photo. I'm like, oh my gosh, look how young I look 4 years ago when I was doing all these healthy things for
mm,
myself and, putting myself first and making sure I was investing time and energy into who I,
right,
wanted to be more of.
yeah,
And like I catch myself thinking like where did she go, why did I like shove her away and like stop doing those things for myself. So even just hearing you talking about still, so I don't know, it was just really, I don't know, if there's anything you want to say that, but like that's where I've been even right now. Like the reality of it is just like what that person, that version, we'll say that version of who I
Right.
was,
Yep.
I can look back and say, dang, I took care of myself. I loved on myself. I made time for myself. Like, why am I not doing that now is kind of the question that like pops up in my head, which I think is really healthy
Yeah.
to ask the question of like, well, what's changed?
Right.
What's maybe in the way now for me
Yeah.
of why, I didn't stay consistent or I made a different choice and then I just never went back to the other things, right?
Right.
So, does anything come up for you around that when you're looking at, your photos from then and now, or even from taking the photos to today?
Um, I asked myself the questions, you know. However, when I was heavier, I felt better than when I do when I'm not than now. So
Mm,
it's an easier question or a harder question to answer because
mm,
it's like, okay, I've lost the weight. I'm supposed to be healthier, but I feel worse.
mm,
But you can't dwell on those things and you can't sit there and stay in those spaces because it's not good for your mental health. So you have to live again for today and you're still worthy
mm,
of of love no matter where you're at.
mm,
Like even back then, I still was worthy and still needed everything and deserved everything that I do today. Like I'm still the same person.
yes.
I just have different issues, different day, you know.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. I love that. And so because you have some health things that as to why you're not feeling better, right?
Yeah.
Like the releasing of the weight didn't, all of a sudden make, and that's another point, right? That going back to when I hear potential clients say, "Oh, let me lose 20 pounds and
Right.
then get back to you." It's like that's not it.
Yeah.
That's not it.
No, right. Exactly. That's another reason. Like,
It's an internal um, you know, project
right.
to be making sure that we're playing the loop of resilience, positivity,
Right.
strength, determination to be more of the woman that you want to see or that you do see that you can be,
Right. Yeah.
and the potential
Yeah.
that you have to want to, be able to move that, get that into motion to say, today I have the confidence to take a step
Yeah.
towards that. So if you could go back, I'm gonna reel myself in here. If you could go back to talk to the woman you were, I put 5 years, but it wasn't 5 years, 7 years ago or
Whenever we
whatever it
did that
was,
first time. Yeah.
from that year, what would you tell her?
Oh, a lot.
Mm,
I definitely make sure she knew that she's worthy no matter what. And losing the weight isn't worth it.
mm,
So that's a big key point.
mm.
But my situation's different than everyone else's.
Yes.
We won't tell anyone that, um
For
but
your experience, that wasn't the thing. Like
for
it
mine
wasn't
it was
something
not the
holding you
thing.
back.
No, but and that didn't hold me back.
Yeah.
Um, but you know, to keep being confident and keep just staying in a positive mindset,
Mm,
like continuing to grow that positive mindset was I think that telling myself that and keeping up on that continued mindset, um, just having that push.
mm. I love that you say push. I've always claimed that I'm a positive pusher, y'all.
Yeah.
And some people look at being a pusher as a negative thing because who wants to be pushed? But when you know there's greatness, there's
Right.
potential that's untapped,
Yeah.
you know, how are we getting there without someone seeing it
Right.
and saying, "Yeah, Elizabeth, let's go.
Exactly.
You can do that."
Yep.
And I know from my own journey, having other people have some belief that, was untapped in me helped propel me,
Yeah.
helped me get that extra push,
Right.
that
That
nudge,
little extra.
to say yes to myself in situations that I'm like, I'm not worthy enough yet. I too have those things to say, maybe not yet.
Right.
Yeah, I always like the conversation to think about like what I would tell my younger self. Because well, I mean, hindsight's 2020, right? We
Right.
can say what we want, we can learn our lessons, but I think that's a really powerful thing because now you might think about that.
Yeah.
When on the days that you're being challenged with the way you think of yourself or your body and the way that you perceive that something's supposed to go and it's not going our way.
Yeah.
What would you tell you then? Because we have so much wisdom.
Right. I'd have to write a book.
Oh,
I mean, there's so much stuff I'd have to tell myself, but um
you could do that.
I could. I wanted to be a writer one time, but
Yeah.
I did. Back in the day, I wanted to be a lot, but
Hey, I like when people say they want to be a lot. I'm told I'm too much a lot. So be more of too much. That's actually one of the questions that I have in here too is what what's the next level of confidence that you want to step into?
right. Oh. Um, well, I want to do more. Like I want to elevate myself to be
Mm.
more I'm starting my own business.
You already have.
Okay, I started my own business. Um, but I need I need more confidence to
Yeah.
continue that and to just grow into that business mindset.
Mm.
Um, to have everything prepared there. So growing in that setting is my next level. Um, I feel like I'm just a little off.
Hmm.
Um, so
Well, when you're
working
just
on that.
starting out, right? Of
Yeah,
anything, like you said, even thinking about, oh, I've never done a photo shoot before, it's something brand new.
yeah,
And when you go into becoming a business owner and like having like that's a different kind of pressure. It's a different kind of, you know,
yeah,
self-awareness that really comes from very different than having, a job
yeah,
and the dynamic of what it means and all the different things with having a business. So I love that because I didn't even know that she did that until she got here today. So I was like, what?
yeah,
This is amazing to hear like what has been transpiring over the months now that we haven't seen each other.
yeah,
And to know like that's another level, which I love that that's where you're going, is where you're like, this is where I see more of a professional level of just like putting that hat on to know
right,
your worth in that.
right, yeah. And like my full-time career
Hmm.
ties into like what I'm doing already. So like I have the confidence at my job.
Hmm.
But I need to have it when I'm working on my own.
Mm.
And I don't quite have it there. So like I have it in one place. I just need it to transfer over to the other place, which is a new and different level. Because I'm doing it and I'm taking it on myself
Yeah.
versus like I'm working for somebody.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that is a whole new level.
it is
I'm
a whole
so
new level.
excited about that.
Whole new level.
That's so good though, because right, like with that comes a new level of self-belief.
Yeah.
And like I said, for me, I know that that's why I started building community.
Yeah.
That was a big thing that in my journey as a photographer when I started my business over a decade ago. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think this is I think I'm year 15. Like bananas.
Banana.
Um,
Yeah.
like to recognize the evolution, to recognize the I love that you use the word elevate. Like it's all about elevating
Right.
ourselves to another level because we are constantly growing and evolving. Now, it's just a matter of if you're doing it on purpose.
Right. Yeah.
If you're deciding the direction that you want your life to go and where you want to take that confidence with you, now you're stepping into knowing like, wow, I have the power to make the choice. I can choose on purpose. Love how I bring the name of the podcast right in
Yeah.
there. To make that decision for your life because this is your one amazing life. Like
Right.
you've been saying that the whole time. Like, why wait?
Right. Why wait?
Ugh, I'm just so excited to like hear more about the business stuff. But um I try not to make these. I don't even know how long we've been discussing things, but
I don't know.
I think, you know, to wrap things up, you know, how do you feel about reflecting on the journey that we've been on now for some years together, just
Right.
over
Some years
this?
together.
Yeah. How do you feel like having this time to reflect?
It's it's nice to actually take the time to do it. Um, it feels like I want to say closing a loop.
Mm,
Not that we're closing a journey or like ending or
yeah,
anything, but we're like circling back, like it's all coming together, so to speak.
full circle.
Yeah, full circle. So
I love that.
yeah.
We end up saying that a lot in the work on purpose, the purpose community. Like we just had what's today and that yesterday. So last night we just had our heart to heart community call and it always comes full circle. Like someone thinks they're sharing something seemingly unimportant
Right.
at the beginning of the call. And by the end of it, it's like, oh my gosh, this one thing I was like, oh, those actually tie together really well, like the synchronicities in our life. So I love that you say like this is just like closing that loop because it does bring things full circle, which and personally that tells me like I'm on the right path. Like this is something that is for me to learn from. So I hope that this is that for you,
Yeah,
like to have this. I mean, you just did a
I
podcast,
know.
my friend. Like,
First one ever.
what? I love being people's first. I always
Right?
say that. And this is still like not even touching, the potential and the things that are ahead for you. So
Right.
I'm so excited to continue to see the growth and to do another photo shoot in the future here. Like this is exciting.
Right.
So there's some in here. So do you wanna share like what's your favorite one in here maybe? Or if there's like a specific like layout that you want to just like peek in the podcast for anyone that's watching that we could just like throw in there. Um we'll close out with that as I thank the viewers for tuning in and being curious about,
Mhm.
how these experiences evolve and hearing it from someone that is came not once but twice and knows that there's more that she can tap into with the power of who she is and how much that's in each one of us, tapping into that, being willing to play and have fun with life because I personally take life too serious sometimes. And I love when people can get quirky and fun and just remind me personally, lighten up, enjoy yourself, give yourself some space to, really express what you're feeling because when you have that opportunity to capture it, it will be a reminder and a gift for yourself, not only in the moment, but also in the future to be able to look back and take the time to reflect. Like that's really what I feel about photos and why I'm so passionate about helping women document their growth journey is because, yeah, it's a snapshot and a picture's worth 1,000 words, all of those things. But this podcast is where my clients have the opportunity to share their own words about what it does for them. So, is it this one or this one?
The bottom.
Oh, okay. It's like, because it's very similar to the one you picked
It is.
for
It is.
for there. So I'm gonna actually take it closer as you tell us. I'm gonna bring it up there to show. So why'd you pick this one?
Because you caught me smiling, and I think I was laughing. I was laughing more than smiling in that one.
Yeah.
So, and
Get the
although,
laugh. Yeah.
yeah,
I love it. And it also shows that parts of her shoulder, which she's already added to. So.
yeah, it's all across the top now.
Yeah.
And down the other arm, which was not done when I.
Okay, and is your other one a black or white one?
It's a black one.
Okay,
So
so
they're both black.
they're both black. Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so to wrap up, Elisabeth, is there anything that you want to tell the women that are listening one last time about taking the plunge or being curious about what this is for them?
Check it out. I mean, if you're interested, don't wait. Like, live for yourself. I mean,
I'm gonna quote you on that. Live for yourself.
Right, live for
You
yourself.
said it at least 3 times.
Like, I understand that people have bills and like responsibilities.
Right.
I totally get that. Same.
Right.
But you know, the experience in itself is exhilarating, and you know, you still should make time for yourself. So if it's something you truly think you're interested in, carve it out, you know, set aside whatever, you know, time you need, whatever money you think you're gonna need, like, it's worth it. You're worth it. So yeah.
I love it. I hope you look back on this podcast and you listen to your own wisdom.
I hope so too.
Because I've been experimenting with clients about that too, even just hearing the way that we talk about, I mean, not even just ourselves, but now as someone that's a business owner, that is next level of building your confidence to know that shit, I'm pretty smart. I'm not only good looking, I got some shit to share. I have some wisdom within me that I can share with people and start to build that. That's one of my greatest things as an entrepreneur.
Right. And you're never too old, and you're never too big, and you're never
to anything.
To anything.
Like, that is always the message that I appreciate, because I was always told those things. You're too loud. You ask too many questions.
There's somebody on TikTok, because I do TikTok. Says if you think I'm too much, go find less. So,
yep. That's right. That's right. Can't handle this.
Right. So that's not here. Like, this is definitely for those people. Like,
it's all welcome here. That's my motto. Exactly. It's all welcome here.
Exactly. So
I love it. Well, I want to say thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Publicly, thank you for taking the time, for trusting, knowing that you're safe here, and that, you know, you were willing to share not only, you know, some photos, and that I have the blog and everything that I'm putting together of your whole experience, but just your willingness to be transparent about the journey that you've been on, you continue to be on, and the growth that you know is happened, but also happening in time for you, because it says a lot when people are, you know, willing to look at themselves and willing to pay attention and be aware that, dang, it's a brave act to be able to reflect on and be grateful. You mentioned that, you know, being grateful for what we have, where we're at, and just remembering that there's more. There's more for you.
There is.
So thank you.
Thanks.
Yay. Thanks for choosing to tune in to the podcast today for the Choose on Purpose podcast. I'm your host, Becky Ploutz, And you've been listening to
Elizabeth Wruck.
Elizabeth. And there'll be some links in the notes for you to check out more about what we've been talking about with the Muse call, the experience. I have some blogs that I can share in the comments for you to check out more. I will definitely be linking Elizabeth's blog so you can check out more about the photos and the clips and things that we've pasted together from the experiences that she's so graciously allowed you to peek in on for being on that journey with me. So, yeah, let us know if you have any questions, and I look forward to chatting with you about your experience to break through empowerment.